Okay, let's just dive right in. In this crazy, crowded digital world we're all living in, how does any brand actually stand out? I'll tell you right now, it's not about being the loudest, not anymore. It's about being the clearest. So today, we're going to talk about your brand's secret weapon, consistency, and how you can use it to build an identity that people actually remember.
I mean, this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It perfectly frames what we're talking about. Clarity is what creates that connection. Being loud, that just adds to the noise. This is the core idea we're going to unpack, how you can go from being just another brand shouting into the void to one that people recognize and, more importantly, trust almost instantly.
So let's get into a problem that I'm willing to bet a lot of you have felt. You ever look at your brand and just get this feeling that something's, well, a little bit off? Like it's not quite connecting the way you want it to, but you can't really explain why. Well, the good news is the reason is usually a lot simpler than you might think.
And that's a really important distinction to make. It's not broken, it's just out of sync. This is honestly one of the most common issues that businesses run into, and the best part is, it is totally fixable. So, what does this inconsistency actually look like when it's out there in the real world? Think about it for a second. Think about all the brands you see every single day. Have you ever felt that disconnect? That feeling where what you see in one place just doesn't seem to line up with what you're seeing somewhere else? Yeah, that's the feeling we're talking about. Oh, we've all seen this, right? You go to a website, and it's super serious, all corporate and buttoned up. But then you check their Twitter, and it's full of slang and memes. Or the logo on their Instagram is bright and new, but the one on the website looks like it's from 10 years ago. And the classic, a business card that feels all fancy and says luxury, but their graphics look like they were made in 5 minutes. Every little disconnect like that just feels weird to the customer.
This analogy is just perfect. Seriously, imagine you have a friend who's a super quiet, deep thinker on Monday. Then on Tuesday, they're the life of the party, and on Wednesday, they're all business, talking about quarterly reports. You'd be totally confused, wouldn't you? You'd start wondering, who is this person really? And that confusion makes it really hard to trust them. It is exactly the same for your brand.
And this is where it gets serious. This isn't just about things looking pretty. The real damage here is that inconsistency absolutely destroys trust. When a brand shows up differently everywhere you look, people get a sense deep down that it's just not reliable. It chips away at the very foundation of that customer relationship.
All right, so we've talked about the problem. Now, how do we actually fix it? Well, it all starts with building a solid foundation. And we're going to do that by looking at the 3 core pillars that hold up any strong, consistent brand. That's it, just 3. If you can remember these 3 things, you'll have a simple but powerful framework you can use to check in on every single part of your brand. Okay, let's break them down. First up, we have the visual pillar. This is everything people see: a logo, your colors, your fonts, the whole look. The absolute key tip here, build a brand kit, period. Next is the verbal pillar. This is what your brand sounds like. The words you use, your tone of voice. Are you funny? Are you serious and professional? Creating a simple tone guide is a game changer. And finally, and you could argue this is the most important one, the experiential pillar. This is all about what people feel when they interact with you, from your customer service to your packaging. Every single interaction has to feel like it's coming from the same brand. So, knowing about the 3 pillars is great, but that's just the what. Now we need the how. And here it is, a straightforward 5-step action plan to pull everything together and finally create that unified brand you're aiming for.
Okay, step 1, define your core message. What is the one big idea you want to be known for? Got it? Good. Step 2, audit all touch points, and I mean all of them. Your website, social media profiles, email signature, everything. Step 3, put it all down in a brand style guide. This is your rule book. To make life easier, step 4 is to use templates for things you do all the time, like social posts. And finally, step 5, and this is the one people forget, train your team. Because if the people inside your company don't get it, you can be sure your customers never will.
Now, the great thing is you don't have to do all of this from scratch or rely on memory. There are some amazing tools out there that are literally designed to make this whole consistency thing almost automatic. So let's look at a quick toolkit you can put together. For all your visuals, a Canva brand kit is, no joke, a lifesaver. It puts all your logos, fonts, and colors in one place so anyone can make on-brand graphics. For managing the whole operation, a tool like Notion or ClickUp is perfect for hosting your brand guidelines.
A simple shared Google Drive is an easy win for storing all your approved photos and templates. And for your writing, you can actually set up a Grammarly style guide to keep your tone consistent everywhere. Using systems like these is what turns a good idea into an everyday reality.
So let's say you do all this work. You do the audit, you make the guides, you train the team. What's the big payoff? Why does all this actually matter so much? Well, it all boils down to one incredibly powerful result: recognition.
I mean, just look at the two paths here. It's like a fork in the road. Inconsistency? That path leads to confusion and mistrust. But consistency, now that's where the magic happens. That leads to recognition. And when people recognize you, they start to trust you. And when they trust you, that's how you earn loyalty. That whole journey is the entire goal.
The goal here isn't to be boring or to make everything look exactly the same. The real goal is coherence. It's about making every single touch point, every tweet, every box you ship, every email you send feel like it's a chapter in this same single story. Every piece should just make sense with all the others.
And that is the beautiful end result of all this work. When you're consistent, your brand stops being just a transaction. It's no longer just a product or a service. It becomes a promise. You're telling your customers, you know who we are, you know what we're about, and you can count on us to be that person every single time.
So I'll leave you with this one question to think about for your own brand. Whether someone stumbles upon you on TikTok, gets a marketing email, or picks up your business card, are they meeting the same you every single time? Because making sure that the answer to that question is a confident yes, that is the absolute key to building a brand that doesn't just exist, but truly lasts.